Hi everyone. Today we are talking about hidden price of international career. And this is a topic which usually people are in which people usually talk about opportunities, about high salary, growth, etc. Before we move to the topic itself, I would like to introduce me and my colleague today. My name is Ludmila Struk. I'm a career coach, mentor, and I support people who want to change their career, people who want to start their own business, and those who are going through transition. And today with me, I have my very good colleague. She has experience in project management as well as psychology, Maria Kovaliova. Maria, could you please introduce yourself and tell a little bit more?
Yes, Luda, thank you so much. I think it's very important that we gather today to discuss this topic because, okay, our body is important. And actually, that's the part of my studies of the recent years. I did the course in psychosomatics, and I do a lot of my focus goes on what we feel in our bodies. So, my name is Maria Kovaliova, and I combine my project management experience from the previous years with how our body feels, how we actually are affected, but what is surrounding us in international careers, especially. So we're going to talk about that. Thank you, Luda, again for inviting. My pleasure.
And today we will talk about, as I said, how international career is influencing our life. Because we are usually talk about growth, financial compensation, and here much less about, for example, relationships or how international career influencing our well-being and how our relationships survive over careers and different professional directions, etc. And today we will want to explore the full price which experts are paying for their success as experts professionals. We will discuss what psychosomatic is and what it's not, and why people are still skeptical about it, how international mobility affects body, relationships, and family dynamics, and also why good compensation is not necessarily creating freedom but often dependency, and how burnout develops. And my first question will be about actually psychosomatics, because actually now we live in a world, in a area, in a time when we talk a lot about well-being. But even now, when I talk with colleagues or friends, and I try to say maybe allergies about some somatic or people often understand completely different things, like some magic, some esoterics,
Fortune telling.
fortune telling, yes.
Right.
Maria, what does psychosomatic actually mean?
All right. So I will make it as simple as possible. So it's like everything that surrounds us, what we feel, and we don't understand, that's stored in our body. And in some way, your body is trying to protect you. Just imagine the typical situation. You are a great professional, good girl that was raised to obey and do her job very well. And then you want to go on vacation. You just cannot afford that because there's like so much work, so much pressure. You will betray your team if you go, like in the high season. And then what your body does, like it gives you an illness. Like you just started to have like autoimmune disease or like migraines or something. And that gives you a legal chance to have a rest. So it's basically what your body does. It saves you from bigger stress. So it gives you a small warning with the symptom. And the whole idea of psychosomatics is not to, remove traditional medicine. Like, we're not speaking about abandoning like medical examinations, visiting doctors, etc. Like, the first rule of psychosomatics is just like you go to the traditional hospital, medical doctor, you get the assistance, and then you try to understand how you feel about that. So if you come to the consultation to the professional who is in doing the psychosomatics, the first question would be, okay, so you, for example, have a headache, and it starts like at 8 in the morning, like every Monday. So my question would be like, how do you feel about that? So we are looking for the root cause of what we think about our job, like what happened like in at 8 in the morning back some years ago. Like, we use different methods to find out how our body, like, let's say, keeps the score, so basically, like, what I really love about psychosomatics is that you can look closer at your body, not as a function, because that's what we really get in international sphere. Like, you look at other people, you look at them as professionals who are always, doing their best. They can travel around the world, they can leave their home country, they can not stay in touch with their family because they're expats, for example, but that does somehow might affect the body. I'm not saying that's like always the case, like 100%, but what I see from my practice, from my colleagues, they, like, we all do have, not all of us, but I mean, okay, a high percentage of us has chronic diseases. And for example, in Ukraine, the rate of those who have autoimmune diseases, everything that's connected with blood pressure and heart attacks, that has risen. So, of course, there is an effect of us working under stress. And we all, like, in Ukraine, when when you have a depression, like, you have to deserve it. Like, it's not so easy to get it. Like, shit, you have to work on it. It's like, you might say, oh, I feel like I'm depressed. Like, I have insomnia, headache, and everything. And they're like, well, you're just lazy. Like, what's up with you? What's wrong? So it's like this mental culture that brings pressure.
So, what about these moments when after vacation you get sick? Is it can it be also related to psychosomatic?
Well, Luda, you know what? My approach here is, and actually, like, that's the value, because you cannot say that something is psychosomatics and something is not. And what I see from my practice, that's the case, because we always think about something. Like, we always think, or we not always think. Thinking is a good word, but I mean, better here is to use we evaluate. So it's like we evaluate what's going on. Like, some people, like, if I do not perform these tasks, or I will come back from vacation and then I get, and then I ask for a leave because I'm sick. It's like, oh my God, I will just be the enemy number one for my team. Like, how can I afford that? So we constantly, try to evaluate. So we have these automatic thoughts about us, how the world sees us, how we see the world. And in combination, that looks like the space, like the world itself is not safe. And if we feel ourselves not being safe in our body, so what does it do? Of course, it gives us like some kind of illness just for you to get laid, try to relax. It gives you like pressure, like it can be like starting from blood pressure or something, the tense jaws, something you can have, like very simple. Your shoulders can be like always risen up, like you're trying to climb a mountain, but in reality you're just like opening another email, right? And this case that you gave me, the example, like I get sick after I get back from vacation. Well, sometimes it's the case when the person, just saying like, no, like I need more rest. Like, that's not enough.
But you touched another my following question, actually one of following
Yep.
questions, about how a person can actually distinguish is some um, symptom really disease like caused
Yep.
by external factors, or is something caused by constant stress?
All right.
Because I would not say that even though I understand more or less how it works, etc., we can't always say that just psychosomatics.
Of course, yeah, but because there are other factors that influence how we feel about us being in this world and how it actually affects what's going on. So here, like the first argument that I get from those who criticize psychosomatics, like for instance, my husband, like he is my biggest hater, like, but he's tolerant, like he's not writing bad comments on my Instagram or something. Anyway, so he goes like, well, for like we discussed something about going to the dentist and having not a good situation with like teeth, and I was like, yeah, but like biologically, why do you use your teeth? Like you need to keep something, you want to get a piece of something, or you want to defend. If you are not using those functions, like that's the start when you can think about getting something wrong can be with your mouse, let's say, like in general, right? So there are a lot of reasons which are underlying, like the root causes of the illness itself. So how about distinguishing? His argument is like, okay, but here that's like pure genetics, like genetics and lifestyle. I'm like, right. But the whole point of genetics is your behavior that you get from your ancestors, let's say, right? So if your mom and dad did not teach you to do the deep cleaning of your mouth like twice a day, shit, you're gonna get the how do you say, cavities and other related things. Or if you do not have the, like, because well, the topic of brushing teeth is like shit, like my favorite, because I have like two kids under 7, and for them it's like a torture. Like it looks like I'm the one, like the aggressor or abuser, getting into their mouth and trying to get something which is not even there. And I'm like, guys, stop. Okay, so for me, that's what's important, like a lesson that I've learned with my kids. You have to dedicate time to see your body not as a function. Like, yeah, you can chew with your teeth, but like in 2 or 5 years, if you won't brush them, like sorry, this option will not be available. I mean, you can get it for granted, but like that's not how it works. And like me and my husband, we finally joke about that, saying that okay, I have a fly, of course. Okay. So finally, like our joke goes about that. Okay, and I lost my thought. Something about teeth, but anyway, the whole point is here, right? So it's not psychosomatics. It might be like, if you want to find the reason, you will of course find that. But in reality, if there is, it's like your first marker that I would highlight here is to see whether it's chronic, whether you see it's repetitive, and when medicine says like, I don't work here, like you take a pill, you have headache and it doesn't work because you have headaches like on Thursday when there is a management meeting or something. Got it?
Yeah, I had very weird back pain some time ago. Actually, it was not weird. I had hernias. Yes, and when I worked in my last assignment, every time I was returning to duty station,
Yep.
my back pain started over.
Oh
And
yeah.
suddenly, after I finished my contract, I almost don't have this pain. Sometimes, when, for example, I feel too much cold, or for example, if I know I exercised in the gym too much, then this pain back, but not
Yeah.
so intense
Actively.
and not for such a long period of time.
Yeah, can I step in here for a second?
Sure.
Yeah,
Of
because
course, please.
yeah, because I do have this example again. Like, well, that was like, for my case, because like I'm anxious by my nature, so I always get everything like, I perceive everything super personal. And for me, that was like, I just started my work international career, and I was at the position of the assistant, and I thought all the time like that I'm not doing a good job. So on my way to work, I felt like so bad. So I almost fainted. That happened even once. Like the emergency took me like on my way to the city center, like where we worked on Yaroslavy Val, if you remember. Yeah, and like when we came to the doctor, just like, because everybody thought I was pregnant, I was not. And they were like, what's going, and he was like, what's going on? And I'm like, that's when I first said, like, I feel so much pressure. Like, I don't feel bad, but in my thoughts, I feel so pressed. Like there is a concrete wall that just I'm, like carrying on my two shoulders. And because of that, because I didn't feel confident, I didn't feel I had expertise, which was enough. I was so afraid to lose my job. And that whole fear and pressure that gave me symptoms. I was like, I didn't choose to sleep well, I didn't choose to eat nutritiously, and then as a result, of course, I would fucking faint like on my way to work, because you just don't use your body as a resource. You just like want to disappear, and that's like one of the systems. Like when people faint, they want to do what? They disconnect from the reality. They want to give that, like the body wants to give you the time to time out, right? So that's how it works. And I'm like, yeah, in that time, I wanted just to disappear and someone would come and just solve my problems and say, yeah, you can do that. But that all comes with experience. And that's when you learn that your body is not just like an automatic mechanism that works as you wish. Like it doesn't. And with kids, like if you work in international career and you have children who get sick, like that's super connected, because our jobs are super stressful. Like, confirm that.
And here I want to move to a little bit different topic about
Yep.
relationships and health and international career.
Ooh, let's go.
Yeah, recently I had published a poll on my LinkedIn profile, and there I asked one simple question. Well, simple, but not really simple.
Of course.
The question was, the question I asked was, if you receive the international job offer, and you wanted this job offer for so long, but your partner can't move with you immediately.
Yep.
They can't relocate, for example, for 2 years. No explanation, maybe financial or other.
Sure, I understand, of course.
And among the people who responded, 69% said they would accept the offer and try to long distance. 23% said that they would decline and protect their relationships. And 8% said that they don't know what to do in this type of situation. And, the conclusion I made was that we socialized in this type of environment that we always prioritize immediate visible result. At least it's my reading of the situation. That, for example, many professionals prioritize career or career opportunity because they assume that relationships can adopt, while career opportunity will just disappear.
Disappear, right?
Several years ago, I would probably do the same. Actually, I did the same.
Haha, look at you.
Yeah, and also what I want to say that one thing that you don't know if it will last half a year, because when I received the job offer from Saudi Arabia, I expected that it would be for 1 year, and then I will move back to my that time boyfriend,
Yep.
who became now my husband. So we lived in different countries. And I was telling myself, okay, it's a great opportunity for mobility. I can manage everything. Yeah. But when I was coming home in Saudi Arabia, I felt like lonely. Yeah, we had regular calls, we had regular communication. Also, his job is very specific. He is flight attendant, so his schedule is crazy, and it's always different time calls, different time zones. So it was kind of manageable, but for 30 minutes, or half an hour, 1 hour, which we're talking, okay, we kind of connected. But then I realized we are moving different directions. We close camera, and then I need to face my challenges. He needs to face his challenges.
Yep.
And also, I really felt several times that we can break up, and
Yeah.
separation is an option.
Yeah.
Then he actually proposed to me, and it was.
He was like, no, I'm not losing that shit. He just like, yeah, I get her.
He thought I was upset because of he's not proposing to me, but I was upset because of distance we started to create between ourselves.
Okay, we believe you for this now.
And I understood that actually distance is not like long-term relationships are cool for some time. You can kind
Well, when you're young and beautiful, of course, might be.
Well, we are still young and beautiful for
Well,
several more
I was
years.
speaking of myself, Luda.
But at some point, this distance become a gap between two people.
Right.
So I want to ask also this question to you, and we can discuss maybe what happens when one partner consistently sacrifice and carries more of sacrifice in relationships. Because, for example, for my husband,
what happens? Like with cancer, they get sick. Like that's it. In the short term or long term perspective, they will get sick. Like Luda, sorry, like that's how it works. Okay, you break if you get a bigger load, right?
Yeah, also I read in one research that you can't keep long distance relationships more than 18 months.
Well, yeah, that's like too long. Like for me, because like my value is about like physical, tangible, real relationship. Okay, so when the full-scale war started, I just moved with my kids to Hungary just to be safe with them because they were so young. My husband stayed in Ukraine because of his job, and he could not, of course, go abroad. So we kept like that like for a year, and we visited each other regularly. And then just after a year, we decided, okay, like the danger of being in Kiev, it's not that bad as the danger of us losing each other when our kids are so young, and we are also want to be with each other. So it was like natural. So I don't believe in this like long distance stories. Unfortunately, like that's just my value. Like, I mean, and also when you spoke here about your connecting online with your husband when you were like doing this career abroad at that time, like what people come with right now, a lot of demand is on like real contact, like be in touch with somebody. So we have this gap, like if we look at everything what's going on in our life, we can basically divide it into 4 blocks. Like just imagine like doing it like this. So the first block that we have is our body. And I would ask you, okay, just imagine like there are 4 of them, 4 blocks, and each of them would be 25%. So this exercise right now might help you understand like where you're missing on and what is going over. Like first block would be your body. Like if out of 25%, Luda, how much time do you dedicate? How many thoughts go into thinking about your body, your health, everything that's connected to it, your appearance, everything? Like give me a quick answer. Like
if a quick 20.
It's 20. Okay, so it looks like you are kind of balanced here. Okay, the next block is your, how would you say? It's not about your work, but like what you do as a professional, but your activities, hobbies, and everything. So it's like the block of your діяльність in Ukrainian. So it's like your activities and professional realization, right? Career. So out of 25, how does it go here, Luda?
Out of 25, can I say 40?
You can say 40, yeah, because you can take from other.
Yeah, I will take a little bit from health to there and from other. Not 40. When you were actually, I thought 30 when you started to describe.
Yeah, okay, because next block is relationship. So, okay, so then we had the body, we had our activities, like professional activities, everything. Then we go to relationships. So it's like how we connect with our friends, with our partner, with our beloved ones, children, everyone who, like your community, the world, social media. So these like relationships, right? So again, here's like it's naturally dedicated 25% to this. But how do you feel about that?
30 also.
It's 30 also. And the last is like everything, your aspirations about the future. So it's like something that's connected to your soul. Like we started with the body, and then the fourth block is your like thoughts, your dreams, plans for the future, your aims, objectives, like what you want to achieve, what you think about the future, and everything, like your emotional, let's say, mental health state. Like how much would you put here?
I calculated that I have only 20, so probably I would put 20. But probably I feel like it should be a little bit less, maybe 15.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Got it. So
Maybe.
here, like, go ahead.
So maybe I would say I would add a little bit more to career and actions. I think still I'm quite preoccupied by that area of.
Yeah, I remember when I was, this is like a very quick test for you. You can do it yourself, like at home, and then just to understand, because in total you should have 100, because we always think, like in total there should be like I don't know, like we live as if we have 200% or 1,000%, but no, it's limited. And when I work with careers in international development, international aid, or those who run the business, so their aim is to try to keep the balance between all these spheres. And I like this chart. It is actually from positive psychology, which was developed by Pazishkian as a separate wave of psychological study. And so this diagram can like purely show you what are the gaps and where you need to have more focus. Because in my case, like when I looked at what I did, so my like, I don't know, 70% was my activity, like my job, because I was a working mom, like without maternity leave, and I just worked full time, and that was hard. And of course, the other blocks for me were like getting into minus. So that was bad because I took a resource from other parts. And now, since I left that career, so of course, I feel like more balanced. So, what I wanted to say for those who are working on themselves, who find it hard to manage their schedule, they forget to eat, they forget to sleep, or forget to brush your teeth in the evening, like you can use this chart and kind of, just approximately see how do you distribute time of your day, because we don't have that much. We have like, okay, what, like 14 hours in a day, that or even less, that we can dedicate to something if we work full time. So here I'm like, okay, so I need to reconnect with like my friend, just drop a short message. I would feel good about that because I established connection and I contributed to the block of relationships. Also, like, okay, I spend more time doing, I don't know, whatever, just stretching, normal stretching. I just ask myself, okay, what do I feel? Like, how does my back feel like for you if you have back pain? Yeah. So that's super important. So just focus on the body, and then you analyze kind of like how much time do you spend on all these spheres, and that gives you like some kind of control over your life, right? And it can help you find okay, what else needs to be done, so you feel better and feel more balanced. And when we come back to this, your question about relationship, because that's where we started, so you can contribute a lot into like your professional career, but at the same time, like we tend to forget about building relationship, and contributing to that sphere. But we want that. We want to be, we want to be like, connected with people who are warm to us, who give us physical presence and emotional, of course. So that's super important for me, I think. And of course, like your anxiety level will always rise if you feel away from something. But I think in building international career requires always giving up something. So it's like I mean, you just have to look at your priorities. Like, if you don't know, like for those 8% who said, I don't know, so I would ask them, okay, so what are your values? Like, do you want to make money? Do you have like a good retirement? Maybe you should go on a short term and then come back if that's your value. If not, okay, invest into a relationship and look what you can get where you live to stay with your partner. So just, analyze that.
From my personal perspective, I want to say that when I was trying to figure out what to do, because my that time again boyfriend, now it's husband, he offered me actually move to me to Istanbul and let's live together, and then you can build
Yep.
gradually your career. And I was like, no, I want to have at least one international assignment, and then I can
So
decide.
you wanted to complete it, right? Like to
Yes.
finish to the, yep.
And for me, the opportunity was so important because I was kind of moving to that for very long period of time, and I couldn't just give up.
Yeah.
So that time I was really wow. And then one opportunity appeared a couple of months ago, but it would require relocation, etc. And I thought twice, even if I want to apply, because I didn't feel like I need this maybe self-esteem or this type of confirmation of my abilities or experience. Kind of
Yep.
now I work with people across the world.
Mm-hmm.
I have name, I have some sort of recognition. So for
Yes.
me,
And you have freedom, Luda, you have freedom
and I have freedom, yes.
to control your schedule, right?
So I have many benefits. So that's why I felt like it's not so necessarily for me at this point of my life. But here I want to just to mention a little bit what I see from my clients and from my experience, that people sometimes forget to talk about, for example, for duration of separation, for how long it will last. Another thing, also now international sphere or international sector moving through dramatic cuts, and people
True.
losing jobs. And people who had like super high grades are applying for junior positions. And what is not funny anymore, that their partners who sacrifice their careers in their countries. And they could be managers, directors, but they moved with their partners. So kind of, it's not financial security and not financial freedom anymore.
Well, it has never been this. Like, let's be honest, right? I mean, we're so
Yes.
dependent on what's going on in the world. Like, remember when COVID started, like how many people lost their jobs. And
Yes, and there is nobody and no organization, no government can protect you except for yourself.
right, and that's why we have to, like, why I started, like, while doing my international career, I started studying psychosomatics, because it for me was like a vital skill to survive in the high stress environment. Like, yesterday I was at the interview, and the last question was about, like, how do you manage stress? And I'm like, damn, what do you ask me? Like, I live during the full scale war shit. Like, I get air raids like every second hour. I have 2 kids, which I worry about. How do I manage stress? I already went like crazy. Come on, don't ask me that question. Like, what is stress? It's just part of my identity already. Like, I do not remove myself from there. You just like have to always adjust. And also, I don't know if you have seen that, but I got recommended the series from Paramount. It's called Yellowstone 1923. So it tells like 3 different life stories in the United States back in 1923, and that was like a quote of one of the businessmen who became a farmer actually, and he was like, so now it's like 1923. I've been here since like 1894, and there has no been a good time. Like they were saying about like we are waiting for good times, and he was like, yeah, but there has been no good time.
The
And I'm
most
like, when?
important expectations, and all people are waiting for the best time.
Yeah, right. And we get then so depressed when we don't get what we want. But this aspiration, like this waiting for something good, is actually what brings us joy. Like when you're waiting for your birthday, it's even more joyful for your body, like, and for your mind than when you actually celebrate that, right? So it's like expectation of a journey is something that can already give you some good emotions, like back in your stomach, like give you the butterflies and everything. But your task is to like consider your resource. And I always remind those experts who work in international fields or just any other career, like to perceive themselves as a resource, which is limited. Like you have the limit of your body, you have to consider that. So you have the limit of your, skills or something. Like you have the perspective, right? And again, the funny question yesterday's interview was like, where do you see yourself like in 5 or 10 years or so? Like, I just want to survive. Come on. like, I'm like, what? Like, with every Russian strike, like, we get like so stressed. I don't know what to plan. So that's funny. But one comment about international career and people relocating, I agree with your points. But from the point of view of psychosomatics, like, there are a lot of IDPs in my country, and like, this is looks like it's going to be a global problem, like in the nearest future. So people relocate, they lose homes, and you know what they come with? Our kidneys. So the organ which is responsible for the territory that you get. So everything that's connected with the kidneys and how they function can be like the reason of the root cause again can be something of your territory. Like you cannot protect it, you lost it. You have this IDP status and you lost your home. Like your body cannot function. So that goes deep. That goes deep, and I want to confirm that the body keeps the score, and what you are not saying to yourself is something that's back in your body, like it stores it. Like there is a theory that we keep the memory in our body of the 7 previous generations that lived before us. So imagine how much stress you have considering the country where we were born, like, and the changes we're going through. Like I look back at the families that were living previously, like me, where I was born, like my grandparents, my parents, and there was never a good time. And I'm like, shit, that's like even just 100 years from now. What happened before that? So the time is crazy. That's why I just want to focus on this and say that we just have to value so much our physical resource and give ourselves enough understanding of how can I help my body to survive all that and stay sane.
And here it's I will jump to very connected topic, and you also partially touched it about burnout. People usually think that burnout is something like, I feel depressed, I can't function, and then I'm burned out. And usually it's finished with sudden resignation. And in many cases, it's finished like that because people don't understand how it comes.
Right.
And don't feel like it coming. And,
Yes.
and I want just to like emphasize on a few moments about burnout, that burnout is not like only tiredness, exhaustion, or that you suddenly feel procrastinating, etc. Burnout actually we can define, for example, 3 stages of burnout, or I would not say stages, but because they are more or less can be at the same time. One is exhaustion, when we feel tired, lazy. Maybe your laziness. Actually, I assume you would agree that laziness is never a reason. It's usually a symptom of something.
A symptom, so it's the result already. Yeah, it's not the reason.
So when you feel like that, maybe feel difficulty to concentrate, also what you said, and can't recover fast. Another one is cynicism. When we lose our attachment to people, to work, to values, when we don't care anymore. And when we feel this hard atmosphere around us in our house or in our office. And the last, but not the least, is lost effectiveness. We are losing effectiveness of how we work, what we do. We are not sharp enough. We can't process information as quick as we want. So I want to ask you one question.
Have I been burnout? Yes.
About burnout? Who didn't? Please raise a hand if you don't. A person who didn't have burnout in their life.
Yeah, who doesn't know what burnout is? Like, okay, like we're super happy for you.
I will not ask about difference between tiredness and burnout, but there is a myth. Like, if you love your job, you can't burn out. Also,
That's so shitty. Like, I hate that.
I remember I read one post from a very hardworking person. She's working in one educational institution now.
Right.
And she said, I love my job. Why people judge me for loving my job? So yes.
Yeah, like if you write a post about loving your job, it doesn't mean your job is not only thing that you do. And if you write that at this moment you love it, like some strange things happens, like, or you get fired, for example, tomorrow, will you love it again? Like, I'm not sure. Like, you will, well, I mean, you will love your job, but you will not like the situation where you're in, right? You understand the difference.
Yes.
And what I want to emphasize about being burned out, that normally we associate being burned out with our job and career. Like in the area where you work, you actually, that's what you get, right?
Yes.
But burnout, like, what's bad about that? Like, you get the burnout, which you brought from your office, like, let's put it this way, and then it affects every sphere of your life. Remember, like, this square that we did, like your body, then you're not a good performing worker at your job place, then it affects, of course, your relationship, and then aspirations about the future. So it's like it brings down all other spheres just because you didn't track it. First we have to perceive burnout as if you have a snowball in your hand, and that's when it's starting. When it becomes like a heavy snowfall and it rolls and rolls, and it gives just wipes you down like okay, how do you call that snow that goes from the mountain like very quickly?
Oh
You got
God.
it, right?
Yes.
I have no idea. Okay, but that's something. Okay, so it's like you start from a snowball and then you get this hit by a ton of snow coming from a mountain, right? So we have to stop it at the point where it's a small snowball, and you have to ask yourself, okay, what can I do to support me? Like, I feel I'm being lazy, like I'm procrastinating, like I don't feel myself anymore. What's going on? And look at the word itself, like burn out. Like, what happens if we look at the building which is burn out? Like, it's what? It's black, the construction is barely there. I mean, it's just nothing. I mean, it's nothing. And what do you need? You need to restore yourself. And what many people ignore, and I hate that, because we feel like, okay, I just quit the job and then I immediately take another one and I will feel good then. They do not give them time to recover. So also what's important to know for international who build a career in like stressful, let's say, environments. The burnout comes not only from one resource. I mean, for example, in my case, like, I perform multiple personalities in my daily life. Like, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter, I'm a granddaughter, so I'm a mom of 2 children, like, which makes it already a difference. And then I'm working, I'm building my blog. So there are a lot of things that I do, and in each area, like in every of my personality types, I can get a burnout. Like, I can love being a mom, but I can just hate being going to a job, and that's cross-cutting. So you have to always look for the root cause, at the snowball point.
And the last question.
Go ahead.
How we can help people to stop snowball before it become a huge storm?
Okay, well, how we can help people? I'm not sure. Like people want to get help, you know. So if they want to help themselves, like the tips that I'm using is constantly asking myself, so, okay, so what do I feel right now? Okay, I feel like pressure in my stomach right now. I need to take a deep breath and just exhale. Okay, relax. Like I'm safe. Look around. I'm safe. Okay, so that's something that can like keeping track of the questions, how you feel, how you emotionally feel and physically, and understanding yourself is the key. You know, like we always say, like, oh yeah, yeah, so it starts from thinking, you have to like do this, you know, abundant thinking and everything, but then what's it in reality? In reality is to give yourself so much support that you don't burn out, that your, let's say, garden, let's look at it, our body and our mental state as a garden, and like when it gets burned down, like there is, you just have to plant a new seed. I mean, there's so little chance that something will grow again. You just have to water it all the time, you know, to nourish it. So treat it that way. Not Do not like go crazy and dedicate 100% of your time to your body, like working with a nutritionist or something, and everything, but like make sure you have that at least 10% that you dedicate to your body. Slow down, like slowing down at the first key. So first is asking yourself a question: what's going on with me? Like what's going on around? Like how do I feel about that? Then again, this question, yeah, like about what did I just say? Okay, I forgot already. Anyway, you will have to listen, like do the
About
recording.
thinking abundance and
Yeah. So then, like, yeah, again, so like, how can I support myself in this? Like, keep the like virtual picture of what burnout means, and you will clearly understand. Like, oh my God, I need some resource. I need some help. Like, I can do that, and I need the time to recover. That's it.
And I would add here
Go
that
ahead.
don't assume that one area of life can take all your life and you can be happy. No.
No, it doesn't work like that. No.
Unfortunately, it's kind of when we think I'm workaholic and it's my life, it's just a road to nowhere. Maria,
Right.
in 20 seconds, how would you describe how you can support professionals in their international career and burnout and difficult situations?
Oh, great. Thank you so much. So I do the individual sessions, which are similar to strategic sessions, like when we analyze what are the spheres, where are the gaps, and what are the opportunities here. And actually, we look at what you feel, and I try to convince you that you're okay, like you're okay. But let's see where the road that you're taking, where it will take you. So those are the individual like services that I can provide for professionals in Ukrainian and in English. So, Yuda, thank you so much for inviting. That was my pleasure. How about you? Tell about your experience of helping professionals.
I invite everyone for career strategic session and coaching sessions where we can understand how to balance different parts of your life,
Yeah.
how to build career which will support your well-being, not demand on you,
Yep.
and to how to increase quality of your life. Thank you
Great.
so much, and Maria, thank you for being with me today.
Wow, my pleasure.
I hope to have more interesting conversations together.
Of course. Thank you for inviting. So, my next invite is coming from me then. Thank you, Luda.
Bye bye.
That was great. Bye.